Hi, everybody, and welcome back to yet another cracking edition of the Matt Brown Show. This is the Secrets of Fail series where we're talking to CEOs, founders, and entrepreneurs all about their epic business blunders. And with us in the hot seat today is none other than the man, the legend, Kurt Wilkin. Kurt, welcome to the show.
Hey, Matt, thanks so much for having me, man. I love what you're doing to encourage people to talk about their failures. We all got them.
Yeah, no, exactly right. So the show would be a lot longer than 15 minutes if we had to talk about all of them. But we don't have time for that. We've only got time for one. But before we get into the meat and the potatoes, why don't you kick us off with a bit about the elevator pitch for your business Hire Better?
Yeah, you bet. So we are in the recruiting business, and our niche is working with entrepreneurs who are trying to go from scrappy startup to professionally run, really next level their business. So I think once you reach that $5, $10, $20 million mark and you're ready to get rid of some of your older people and look for the next level talent, we help you not just find the talent, but as I like to say, I spend half my time with the founder on the proverbial couch talking about some crappy employee they had before we got to try to work through.
Yeah, it's a problem that doesn't go away, right? It's like my previous business got to like 55 people, and I woke up one morning, I went, this sucks. I have to do performance management and all this rubbish. Yeah, it's a thing, man. And like, I've got a big network of startups and everyone's battling with this talent story.
As I said, it's not just finding talent. It's what to do when you outgrow members of your team that were so important in your previous, part of the company. Now it's time to either coach them out or coach them up. Exactly.
And it's interesting as a business scales. When I've been chatting to a few of the CEOs in this other series I got called Secrets of Scale, those guys have said, we actually had to replace our entire people set to get to another level.
Exactly. So why did I get chosen for Secrets of Fail and not Secrets of Scale?
Well, I didn't know any different. It's a fail.
I just joke. It's all good.
No, I know. Well, look, that's great. So why don't you kick us off? Well, not kick us off, rather, but let's get into your story of fail for our audience around the world today.
Yeah, you bet. So prior to Hire Better, I had a professional service firm called the Controller Group in Dallas, Texas. And my story of fail is about a failed partnership. And I'll tell you a little bit of a backstory. As we're getting started, we landed a really big client for me and a couple of partners. And it really set us on the map. It was about a 1-year engagement, really made us legit. Along the way, I brought out somebody to help me with the project. And over the course of a couple of months, we started talking partnership. This guy was going to be part of the team. We were negotiating salary and equity and all that good stuff. Well, come to find out, he was secretly meeting with the client and another guy to basically take this client from us after our 1-year project was over. And so, long story short, they won the next project. We ended up leaving. But the beauty about the failed partnership is we went off and landed another 10 or 15 clients that allowed us to scale and become a legitimate business. This guy and his partner were stuck with one shitty client, and it was profitable, but it was a hard pain in the ass client to work with. So in the end, I won, but man, at the time it hurt.
Partnerships is such a difficult thing to get right. It's a bit like a marriage, right? It's a lot of it doesn't always work out, let's just say.
Exactly.
What did that experience teach you about partnerships?
Well, the thing about partnerships it taught me was you better treat it like a marriage, and you need some dating, you need some foreplay, you need some time together to make sure it's going to be a good marriage. Because what tends to happen in partnerships is we basically get married with just a few dates, right? Almost like a blind date, arranged marriage. And it's got to be more than that. So you've got to really take your time and build rapport with that prospective partner.
And so you could go back in time and do things differently. If I gave you the keys to the Matt Brown Show time machine, for instance, what would you do differently and why?
These are always such great questions, Matt, because I don't think I would change anything. It set me back. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my ability to trust for a bit. But the reality is, I think I needed that to become to make my firm stronger, because I wasn't so reliant on just one client. And it also allowed me to learn from failures. If we don't have failures, we don't learn. I think it was you that started this off. You learn from your failures. And if we never have those failures, we're not going to learn. So I don't think I would change anything.
Yeah, I tend to fall on the same side of the fence, to be honest. Like, you can't really hate the things that made you who you are.
Exactly. I think we are who we are, and all the things that we've dealt with in the past make us who we are, and it makes us stronger. If I was to say I would never trust again, or if I wouldn't take any risks again, that's bullshit. I need to take those risks as an entrepreneur. I just want to learn from them and not repeat them. And I think it was who was it that said the winners in life aren't the ones who never fail. The winners in life are the ones who never quit. I think it was Edward Lewis Cohen or something like that.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. Also, like, I think your breakdowns are your breakthroughs. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you actually, I think partnerships are such an underrated strategic value driver. And I think that if we all went into strategic partnerships with the acknowledgement to ourselves that people in a strategic partnership, just people in general, are going into these things with good intent. And I think if we did that for ourselves, if we gave ourselves that permission to do that, then more strategic partnerships would be successful. That's my belief.
I don't think I can disagree with that. I think things happen for a reason. I think the other lesson I learned was don't hold grudges, because I could just be bitter and disappointed and not ever allow myself to get past it. This taught me that I can be angry, but I can't remain angry, right? I also know that I learned that diversification is good, having multiple clients versus one client. And then the other thing is work with people that you like. Life is too freaking short to work with people that you don't trust, or to even have a crappy client. And candidly, these guys took a crappy client off my hands, so it was awesome.
Fewer, better clients. That's what you need.
Exactly.
Kurt, what's your advice to other CEOs in terms of the importance of failure in business success?
I think the biggest thing is just recognize that you're not alone. We all fail. Anybody that tells you that they're all sunshine and rainbows is full of crap, and don't trust them. But we all fail. And as I said before, it's the winners in life are not the ones who never fail. The winners are the ones who never quit. So learn from those failures, come back stronger. Don't dwell on them, because that'll take you into a spiral of negativity if you do.
Kurt, are there books or tools or resources that you recommend to other CEOs? Feel free to punch your book, your best-selling book, everybody.
Well, we can definitely tell about my best-selling book, Who's Your Mike, it's a different kind of business book. It's written, each chapter is a different archetype or different character employee you're going to have on your entrepreneurial journey. And they're fun stories that you'll recognize. If you're an entrepreneur who's been through the ringer, you'll recognize many of the characters yourselves. And it's meant to do kind of like what you're doing with your series about failure, is let's learn from other people's stories. We want to help us avoid these employees. It'll help us get to an answer faster, perhaps, with problem employees. The other book I love is Rocket Fuel. If you're familiar with Rocket Fuel, from the EOS family. For me, it helped me give me the license to be the visionary entrepreneur that I am, and not try to be an integrator or operator and have all the details handled.
Beautiful. Kurt, that concludes your time in the hot seat here on the Secrets of Fail series. Thank you for being vulnerable, and thank you for lending your perspective on failure in business. Appreciate you for that.
You bet, Matt. Had a blast.
Anytime. We'll do every day. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you all again soon.
Ciao. Awesome. Thanks, Matt.